there, this is our Vex Robots tutorial. So in this tutorial I'll be talking about all the hardware that comes in the Vex Robot kit. Alright, so I'll start by talking about the structural materials that come with the kit. So here is a list of all the part names, numbers, and quantities that come in the kit. Here is the quantity for the kit that we have, the post-summer 2014. And here is where you can find this list, this link at the top here. The link will also be provided on our webpage and in the description of the video. Alright, so these first pieces of hardware, these beams, as you can see, they're just long beams with holes in them. The holes can be used to attach connector pegs, and these beams are just good for structural materials. They're nice long beams. You can use whatever size you need. Then these are also connector materials. They have the holes in them that you can attach the connector pegs, except these are twice as wide for the beams. Alright, so these are other beams, except these beams all have some sort of bend or junction in them. These are good for connecting around corners or reinforcing some angle that you need. Alright, so these are the connector pins. These just will connect 2 together. These ones will connect 3 together, 1 on one side, 2 on the other. These will connect 2 on each side. And then these connector pins, the black ones, have a standoff in the middle. So it'll connect 2 pieces but keep them separated. The standoff in the center is the same as the width of one beam for these ones, for these ones. Half a beam for these, and as you can see, they just go up from there. 2 beams, 4, 6. Alright, so these are good corner pieces. The pegs on the sides connect into the beams like you saw before, and then they provide holes along the center there that you can connect other things to. As you can see, they come in different shapes and sizes. Alright, so these here will connect 2 joining ends together. For example, if you needed to connect 2 connector pins for some reason, you could use this. Or 1 connector pin and then a corner connect-off pin. Alright, so these are the drive shafts. These ones are metal drive shafts. They're best if you have to turn several large gears with your motor, such as in the drivetrain in the build instructions. Remember that these are the quantity we have of them on the right hand column. So these are the plastic drive shafts. They're good if you only have to turn a couple small gears with your motor, or if it's just holding a motor in place, or holding a gear in place. So then there's also these pitch shafts that have small rings around them. Be careful when you're using the drive shafts without rings around them, because if you use a ring, it will your motor, and it's more calcium. We have these spacers, which are good for holding the space between a gear and a beam. And we have these lock plates. If you need a drive shaft to turn a beam for some reason, or to lock in place, these would be what you use. As you can see, there's a square hole in the center. That square hole will fit one of the drive shafts perfectly and turn with it if the drive shaft is turning. Then there are also pulley wheels for use in pulleys if you need them, the wheel and tire, and then the gears. So a lot of what you want to do when you use a motor is get it to turn a gear, which can then transfer that turning motion into either wheels or clamps. and then these belts go on those pulley wheels to make pulleys. Alright, and now I'm going to show you the sensors, and to show you I'm going to use the ModKit programming software that you'll be using. Alright, so the most important piece of hardware is the Vex brain. It will be controlling all the motors and sensors on your robot. So there are these smart ports along the side, on each side of the robot. The sensors and motors will plug into these smart ports and either get input from the computer or give it to the computer, depending on if it's a motor or a sensor. So these are the motors. They have a smart port along the side that you will connect to your Vex brain. They have holes along the bottom that connector pins can be attached to mount them on your Vex robot. And then they have this small hole in the bottom that those pitch shafts could get inserted into. And then when the motor turns, it will turn that shaft that's stuck in the hole. This is the Vex controller. It has 2 sticks and 4 buttons, and you can attach the controls for motors and for sensors into these buttons and sticks. This is the Vex bumper. When the front 4-hole space here is pushed, it records that input and gives it to the Vex brain through the smart port here. So it's good if you want to know when you run into something with your robot. This is the touch LED. It gets input from the Vex brain and then will change the color of the LED to whatever color you tell it to. This is the Vex color sensor. Whenever an object touches these 3 holes on top, the color sensor reads what color it is and sends that information to the Vex brain through its smart port. This is the Vex distance sensor. It uses sound waves to calculate how far away the sensor is from an object. This would be good if you want to automate a moving robot for some reason. And then this is the gyroscope. It's very good at discerning motion. So for example, if you wanted your robot to turn a certain amount, this would be the tool that helps you tell how much it's turning. And then the smart port for it is just on the side. Alright, thanks for watching.